Right now I'm at a Borders bookstore looking at all their language stuff. And I was highly disappointed because they did not have Asimil or the Colloquial series. And those are like some of the best language books out there. They have Teach Yourself, but they did not have Asimil or the Colloquial. I was disappointed because I figured this is a big bookstore. It's 2 stories. They should have some good language books, but no, not really. They have a whole thing of Rosetta Stone, which sucks.
Gestern war ich in der Buchhandlung und kaufte ich ein neues Buch. Es heißt Ausgewählte Märchen. I love bilingual books, and I wanted to talk about how important bilingual books are when it comes to learning a language. Now, bilingual books are really only useful once you're kind of like at an upper beginner's level or intermediate. And basically, the biggest benefit of bilingual books is you learn a lot of new vocabulary in context. Now, how I use it, if there's a word I don't understand, I'll quickly look at the translation on the other side. Like it'll have German one side, English on the other, and so I'll quickly look at the translation of that sentence, figure out what that one word is that I didn't understand, and then I'll repeat the sentence over and over in my head and visualize what's going on in that sentence. And I'll try to look at the translation as least as possible. And what I do to remember the vocabulary and the words and stuff is I'll read the story over and over and over. I mean, there's some short stories and some poems from these dual language books that I have where I can just recite them because I really like them, and I read them over and over, and so that vocabulary is forever in my head. And you learn a lot of grammar too, just unconsciously, because you get to see how the sentences are supposed to be, and you get to learn a lot of kind of words that you probably wouldn't otherwise learn, like once upon a time, stuff like that, you know. Definitely, you get to learn a lot of grammar without realizing it, though. That's probably the biggest benefit for me. And different ways of seeing the same verb or noun and whatnot. Dual language books are amazing. And one thing I really found interesting about this specific book is it has a whole kind of biography in the beginning, or introduction, on the Brothers Grimm that tells kind of their life story. I'll show you. Talks about their life story, and I thought that was cool. But yeah, dual language books, they have a lot of benefits, because not only do you get to learn the language itself, but you also get to learn about the culture of the people. You know, because they'll pick stories that have to do with the culture. Like this one is all fairy tales, and it has to do with the most famous German fairy tales. You know, it really brings you into German culture. And then I also have this one, First German Reader, that I've showed you guys before. And this one has just various stuff in it, like poems and short stories, fairy tales, and it also has articles in it, I guess, or it'll talk about the German, here for instance, the German social structure, and German history, German economics, random stuff, German culture. It has articles like that too. So not only are they good for learning the language, but also good for learning about the people that speak the language. which I think is pretty important because language and culture go together. You can't learn one without learning the other. It just doesn't work that way.